They laughed at him. Not the harmless kind of laughter, but the kind that cuts deep. The kind that tells a man he doesn't belong. The kind that reminds him, again and again, that society has already decided his worth. Every morning, before the sun fully rose, he sat at the same spot near the busy junction. A torn pair of shoes. Dust on his clothes. A small plastic cup resting quietly beside him. To them, he was just another beggar. They didn't know his name. They didn't know his past. And they definitely didn't know his future. Before this story continues, take a moment. If you're watching right now, comment below and tell us where you're watching from. And if stories that teach life lessons matter to you, support the channel by liking and subscribing. It helps us bring more powerful stories like this to you. Now listen closely, because this story is not about a beggar. It's about judgment, patience, and the price of humiliation. The people who worked in the tall glass building across the street passed him every day. Men in suits, women in heels, phones in their hands, egos in their hearts. Some ignored him. Some mocked him. Some went further. One afternoon, a group of junior staff stood near the gate, laughing loudly. "Look at him," one of them said. "He sits there every day like he owns the place." Another added, "If hard work was money, he wouldn't be here." They laughed, and the beggar said nothing. What they didn't know was that every word was being remembered. Years ago, this same man wore suits too. Not borrowed ones, tailored ones. He once walked into boardrooms where decisions worth millions were made in silence. But life has a way of stripping people down before building them again. Betrayal. False partners. A company stolen with forged signatures. A name dragged through mud. He disappeared, not because he was defeated, but because he was watching. He chose silence. He chose patience. And most importantly, he chose timing. One morning, a security guard approached him. "You can't sit here anymore," the guard said harshly. "This place is not for people like you. People like you." The words hit hard, but still the beggar stood up calmly, picked his cup, and walked away without argument. From a distance, someone watched. The company's main branch manager had just arrived. A man known for arrogance and cruelty. A man who believed power was proven by how loudly you could speak down to others. He noticed the beggar walking away and smirked. "Good," he muttered. "We don't want bad images around here." That same afternoon, an email was sent to all staff. "Urgent, board meeting tomorrow. Mandatory attendance." No reason given. No explanation. Just urgency. The next day, tension filled the building. Everyone sat upright. Whispers filled the room. Then the door opened, and the room went silent. The man who walked in wore a clean suit. Simple. Elegant. Calm. Some felt something familiar, but couldn't place it. He stood at the front, looked around slowly, and then spoke. "Good morning." The voice. That voice. The room froze. The manager's face drained of color. Because standing before them was the same man they had humiliated. The same man they had mocked. The same man they had chased away like nothing. He paused, then said quietly, "My name is William Chucks, and as of today, I am the new majority owner of this company." Silence. Heavy. Painful. Unforgiving. He continued, "I sat outside this building for months. I listened to how you speak when you think no one important is watching. Some looked down. Some shook. Some prayed. I didn't come back for revenge," he said. "I came back for justice." The manager tried to speak, but no words came. Files were opened. Screens displayed evidence. Fraud. Abuse. Illegal dismissals. Hidden accounts. Everything he thought was buried was waiting. By the end of the meeting, leadership changed. Policies were rewritten. Respect became mandatory. And before leaving, William said one final thing. "How you treat the least among you reveals everything about you." That junction is empty now. No beggar. No cup. But the lesson remains. Never measure a person by their lowest moment. Never mistake silence for weakness. And never forget, the ground you mock today may be the throne you answer to tomorrow. If this story taught you something, support the channel. Like, subscribe, share. Your support keeps these stories alive. Thank you for watching.